There are moments in politics that don't happen inside conference rooms. They don't happen on polished stages or behind bulletproof glass. They happen in places where everyday Nigerians live, trade, argue, hustle, and survive. Today's story begins not in Aso Rock, not in a five-star hotel, but in Kubwa, right inside Bwari Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory. It begins with a market, with traders, with residents who have seen politicians come and go, but say they've never seen anything like this. If you like this video, please help Brainspot Media to grow and reach a wider audience. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, smash the like button, share this video. Thanks. On a campaign visit that has continued to spark conversations across Abuja, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi arrived in Kubwa, not as a distant political figure, but as a man walking into the heart of the people. He came to support Josiah, the ADC chairmanship candidate for Bwari local government area. And what followed was more than just a campaign stop. It became a political statement. Kubwa is not just another suburb of Abuja. It is one of the most vibrant, populated, and politically active areas in the Federal Capital Territory. Here, civil servants live side by side with traders. Artisans share streets with professionals. Christians, Muslims, Northerners, Southerners, everyone is here. And like many communities across Nigeria, Kubwa has heard promises before. They've listened to speeches. They've watched convoys drive past without stopping. So when word spread that Peter Obi was coming, not just to wave from a distance, but to walk the streets and visit the market, something shifted. People came out not because they were paid. They came out because they were curious. And many stayed because they felt seen. The visit comes ahead of the FCT local government elections scheduled for February 21st, 2026, an election many observers say could redefine grassroots politics in Abuja. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, has been positioning itself as a platform for reform-minded candidates, especially at the local government level. And across the 6 area councils of the FCT, Bwari, Yemaisi, Gwagwalada, Kyuj, Kwali, and Abaji, one name keeps appearing beside ADC candidates. Peter Obi, not as a ceremonial supporter, not as a distant endorsement, but as someone physically present, moving from council to council, candidate to candidate. In Kubwa, Peter Obi stood beside Josiah, the ADC chairmanship candidate for Bwari LGA. Josiah is not a household name nationally. He is not a former governor. He is not a political godfather. And that is exactly the point. Observers at the event noted something unusual. A national figure with presidential ambition, deliberately using his influence to lift a local government candidate. In Nigerian politics, power usually flows upward. Local candidates beg for recognition. But here, the flow was reversed. Peter Obi spoke about leadership that begins from the ground up. Leadership that listens before it commands. Leadership that understands that local governments are not political leftovers, but the foundation of national development. The visit also carried another symbolic message. Peter Obi extended his support to more of Kubwa LGA, described as a bona fide member of the Obedient movement. This was not just party politics. It was a reminder that the movement many thought would fade after 2023 is still alive, still organizing, still showing up. For supporters, it reinforced a belief that the Obedient movement is not about one election, but about changing political culture. Political analysts and observers watching the Kubwa visit made a striking observation. They noted that no other politician with presidential ambition in Nigeria has shown this level of consistent, grassroots commitment. From governorship races, to House of Representatives, to state assemblies, and now, to local government chairmanships. This is not common in Nigerian politics. Most presidential hopefuls remain far above the grassroots. But here was a man walking markets, endorsing chairmanship candidates, and engaging residents directly. The message was clear. Leadership should not be distant. It should be accessible. Perhaps the most powerful moment of the visit came inside Kubwa Market. During an interview with a Hausa trader, the conversation took an emotional turn. The trader spoke slowly, calmly, but with conviction. He described Peter Obi as the first politician he has seen who does not use tribe or religion to manipulate people. In a country where politics often thrives on division, that statement carried weight. The traitor said something simple, yet profound. We are all suffering the same problems. According to him, whether Hausa or Igbo, Muslim or Christian, the cost of living is the same. The struggle is the same. And leadership should recognize that. Then came a revelation that stunned many watching. The traitor said that in all his years at Kubwa Market, no politician had ever come to engage directly with traders. Not to listen, not to ask questions, not to understand their daily struggles. Until Peter Obi. He described Obi as someone who moves freely among the people, listens more than he talks, and treats ordinary citizens with dignity. To the traitor, that alone was leadership. What unfolded in Kubwa exposed a deeper issue in Nigerian governance. For decades, politics has been distant. Leaders govern from afar. Policies are made without consultation, and citizens are expected to adjust. But the Kubwa visit showed an alternative model. One where leaders go to the people instead of summoning them. One where markets matter as much as mansions. The traitor went further. He said their prayers are with Peter Obi to secure the presidential ticket. And he added something many Nigerians quietly believe. He remains the candidate we are ready to vote for. It was not said with anger, not with hostility, but with hope. When asked what would happen if ADC fails to give Peter Obi the presidential ticket, the traitor's response was honest and revealing. He said their belief in ADC is strongly tied to Peter Obi's presence. According to him, many supporters identify with the party because of the values Obi represents. He stressed that ADC must prove its independence and sincerity by presenting a candidate Nigerians truly want. And to him and many others, that candidate remains Peter Obi. The traitor described Obi as a leader who brings momentum wherever he goes. A leader who places national well-being above personal comfort. He referenced Obi's contributions to education and healthcare, describing them as acts of service, not political stunts. This, he said, is leadership. As the visit drew to a close, something became impossible to ignore. The crowd. People gathered from every corner of Kubwa Market. Phones raised. Voices calling out. Hands reaching. It was not staged. It was organic. A reminder that political capital is not built online alone. It is earned on the ground. The Kubwa visit was not just about ADC. It was not just about Josiah. It was not just about 2026 or even 2027. It was about a different style of politics. One that rejects division. One that values grassroots voices. One that understands that leadership is not about height, but about proximity. From Kubwa to the rest of the FCT, one message echoed clearly. When leaders walk with the people walk with them. And as Nigeria's political future continues to unfold, the events in Kubwa may one day be remembered as more than a campaign visit, but as a signal of something changing. If you liked this video, please help Brainspot Media to grow and reach a wider audience. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, smash the like button, comment your thoughts, and share this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.